All right. Oh, I'm still echoing. There we go. It's here. Zendikar is out. The rotation has rotated. I don't have my physical cards yet, but that's expected because they don't ship till next week. Some people have them already. Can't stream Mario because I don't have a capture card, so it is Arena Day. This is my first Arena stream, so I'll show off some of my decks and stuff too. Renewal gifts open. Oh wait, why is it not working? That is not what my window looks like. Hey, Cac. Something is not captured correctly. Let me switch to game capture. Game capture was also not capturing? Oh, this is bad. I may have to do a screen capture. Guys, I'll have to promise not to look at my secret files. Do I have 2 arenas up? This is not what my screen looks like right now. Capture method. Oh, there we go. I changed the capture method. Oops. Want to grab that. I did test before, I just didn't know it wouldn't do anything. Oh yeah, this is like my magic layout. We made this in the last stream. I will upload that to YouTube after this, since 24 hours has passed. Really captured that late 90s aesthetic. Looks like a Mist clone. Alright, there we go. Whoa, I got a bunch of stuff. Oh, these are some of the new cards. Oh, awesome. What have we got? Green Crag Feet. Feet card. Add 7. Wait, what? Oh, you can. That's a cool card. I don't even know what set is that from. Because this is the new Zendikar icon here, the little Hedron. Does 98 game HUD. Yeah, I could have put on a big lizard beard. Oh, you come with me to learn math. This is an octagon. Shadow Spear. Some pretty usuals. This is the new one. So this is either a sorcery or land. A bolt land, as they're calling it, because it's 3, but... Well, I think most people are calling the dual lands path lands. Oh, that's the one that have a land on both sides. These are new too. Maddening Cacophony. Each opponent mills 8 cards. If it was kicked, instead they mill half their library. It's only 2 for the 8. Wow. And it's a kicker, so there's a lot of synergy with that in this deck. Deals X damage as you choose among creatures. If X is 6 or more, it deals twice X divided. Wow. So it's up to a 7 mana for 5 damage, but then if you spend 8 mana, it instantly jumps to 12 damage. Oh, here's the new lands. Roiling Vortex deals 1 damage at each player's upkeep. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent, it deals 5 damage. And for one red mana, your opponent can't gain life this turn. That is finally a counter to the white decks. Mono white life gain has been the arena meta since the last standard for as long as I've played. Here's one of the pathways. So this is a blue-red dual land with no comes into play tapped. The only downside is that you have to commit to what kind you want when you play it. Which could be seen as a worse downside than comes into play tapped, but like it's definitely not as good as a shock land. Here's the new forests. Got more. Could be all the lands now. Yep. Got some of that Egyptian-looking stuff. Yeah, what set are these from? These are from Amonkhet, right? These aren't even the new ones. Yeah, these are Amonkhet remastered. I only got a couple packs of these in game because I don't play Historic as much as I play Brawl. Well, does Brawl have the Historic rule set? I don't even know. Okay. Oh, they put the Nahiri avatar as the first level. I'm gonna end up buying this Mastery Pass. I really like Nahiri. Plus, I'm at the start now. I came into the last Mastery Pass like halfway through. And this one has the new stickers and chat icons and stuff. Cool new level of customization. Oh, I didn't update my title. Let me do that now. I'm still counting. This is still counting as art. Where's the update button? Hedrons are so cute. The update button is gone. Okay, let me go into my Twitch dashboard for 2 seconds here before I look at any cards. Okay, this doesn't echo my voice. Edit stream info. Here we go. Magic the Gathering. I'm not 3D modeling. There we go. I will look into getting a better add-on to fix that process. I always forget to set it. Yeah, with a bot in chat, I'm sure there's a way to just do !_ set game, so I don't have to run. I don't have to leave my OBS. Okay, what do we got here? The welcome bundle is still standard. So these are going to be new cards. Some old. All old with one new. Bay of Wishes. I don't know the sets well. I'm probably very wrong. I thought that we were going to get packs for... I thought we were going to get Zendikar packs for our Mastery rank. Guess I'm wrong. Well, I've saved up 9,000 coins anyway, all for Zendikar. Until October 15th, you'll get full art lands if you buy a bundle. Oh. Oh, but you need the 1,200 one. It's like, I can get a 600 diamond one, but no. I'll probably buy, like, 6 of these with the free currency. That'll be good for now. Here we go. Ooh boy. Relic Vial. Sacrifice a creature to draw a card. If you have a cleric, then whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Another good one for my Aristocrats deck. 4 for 4/3, just pretty standard here. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. That... I don't know, that doesn't seem great. I'd rather just use Murder. Cleansing Wildfire. Destroy land, and they get to play a basic land. That's the special land killer. Cognition. Counter a target spell unless its controller pays 2. If they have 8 cards in their graveyard, instead counter that spell, then scry 2. And ooh, the Inscription of Insight. Choose 1. If the spell was kicked, choose any number instead. Return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. Scry 2, then draw 2. And target player creates XX blue illusion creature, where X is the number of cards in their hand. Wow, that's pretty great. I'm thinking blue-black Rogue's Mill is going to be like the main deck for this set. Field of the Dead, yeah. It wasn't banned. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. They've put a lot of these in sets recently. Dranas Silencer is powerful dark creature. An opponent controls its XX, where X is the number of creatures in your party. Okay, party mechanic. This is either a forest or return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, just straight up graveyard for green. It's interesting. Turn target non-land permanent. Kick draw card. Wow. This is meant for the trickster guy. We'll see if we'll pull him. Here's another of those black-blue rogues. Tap another rogue you control. Or, yeah. You get Death Touch. When Shadow Stinger deals combat damage to a player, that player mills 3 cards. Mono black mill. Creature. Thieving Skydiver. Is a merfolk, a rare merfolk. Kicker X, where X can't be 0. When Thieving Skydiver enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, gain control of target artifact with converted mana cost. Oh, yes, that's this one. This is the merfolk that's going to be playable in Commander. I was watching videos of people excited because it was like the first time a merfolk's going to be good in Commander. So basically, this is only 2 mana. So if you ramp by turn 3, you can steal someone's Soul Ring. Pay 3, steal Soul Ring. You could probably get that turn 2 if you're doing a ramp. Oh no, the server's going down. There was server trouble all morning. I waited to play. Turn 2 if you have your own Soul Ring. Yeah, then you have 2 Soul Rings. Oh no. I'm gonna bring up the maintenance that log here, just in case they have a status update. No, not for a half hour now. They said it'd be fine. Oh, here we go. No. This is gonna be another one of the 100 Gex Minecraft, but just Vriska streams, isn't it? I gotta bring out the Sitska. Is this it? No. Yeah. Okay, we're back. No, we're not. Unable to open booster. No. I can show off my physical cards. Got a playset of Evolving Wilds here. That's cool stuff. And this thing. Do I have any? I even need to figure out a streaming setup where the camera can sit on something. I don't know if you can just sit on my mic. That maybe. Basically, I don't know. Got a bulge shot there. I have a stack of gamer. Where are they? Gamer magazines, like 99 to 2000. I'm gonna play them or read through the magazines and stream the CDs they came with. But wow, there's nothing here. Let's look at one of my decks real quick. These are all awful. They're really bad. And a lot of these are the default ones, which don't even work anymore. I wish there was a mass delete. Where's my main one right? This. I didn't know. I thought I had a brawl. Yeah, here. Oh! It, rotated. Half this deck is gone. I can't even use Teysa anymore! You can't. Teysa's not in Brawl! This whole deck is just unplayable. Okay. And Revenge Revival's out, and Cruel Celebrant, so this whole archetype is just dead. I have to play I have the historic version, so I can play that. 40 land. One of the packs opened without me seeing it. That's fun. Alright, what do we got here? Already seen some common repeats. Here's the Relic Golem. He's a cool dude. Banneret. Dual Draz Mucklord. Ghastly Gloom Hunter. Blood. Kicker. Counter. Oh, that's pretty nice. Flying. Just only 1 mana. Kicker. Return target creature from the graveyard to your hand. If this spell was kicked, instead return 2 target creatures from the graveyard. I don't know if I paid 4 mana for 2 creatures, but 1 mana for 1 creature. Creatures you control get 1. Although what I think they're going for here, mic is a little too low. Oh, okay. The dial got turned down somehow. Let me just fix that. Okay. What they're going for here is you put this in the black and blue deck, and then the kicker will give you a +1 to cards in your hand for all those effects that the number of cards in your hand matters. Got here. Ooh, one of the pathways, blue and red. That I already had one, but sure. I think these lands you do need to find 4 to have 4. A lot of these basic lands you can just put infinite in your deck. Ooh, Lithoform Blight. Enchanted land loses all land types and abilities, and it has add blank mana and pay 1 life to add a mana of any color. Interesting. That could be an anti of your opponent's special lands, but it can also just turn one of your lands into any color. So, not so sure on that one. The warrior you may attach any equipment for 1 mana. You play that with some of that heavy hitting equipment. Which this set is very lacking, but I assume the next set's gonna have it. The next set's the Vikings. That's probably gonna have all the heavy equipment, because there's a lot of equipment effects in this set that it doesn't feel like they paid it off. They didn't give them cards to work with. So it's just like setup for the next set. Seagate Colossus, party mechanic. Colorless party mechanic could be a cool deck. I wonder what you'd run it with. Like, you might have to mix it with red and white, I think, have the 2 pieces. The one's an Eldraine. Oh yeah, wasn't there like an 11 mana hammer that does crazy damage or something? You could equip it for 1. Oh, each opponent loses 4 life and you gain. There's another aristocrat's card to replace like revenge. And the rare Glasspool Mimic. Yes! Glasspool Mimic enters the battlefield as a copy of a creature you control, except it's also a rogue. So, it doesn't remove legendary from their name, so you can't use it on a legendary. But that's still a very versatile card, especially for 3 mana. 3 mana, and it can also be a land if you draw it too early. The hammers cost 1, equip 8. Yeah, so for 2 mana you can get that equipped. And give him an extra +2. Alright, let's get the rest of our packs here before the surfer dies on us. I was hoping for one of the new legendary creatures so I could build a brawl deck around it real quick and play with that. So, but I have a mythic wild card, so I can get on math if nothing else props up. How do you get the cards that come in the commander precons? Does the arena version of the boosters just have them? Because they're not in the real boosters; they're only in the precons for physical. Wow. Next time a set rotates, I'll probably wait a full day before streaming because this is a little ridiculous. I need to move the Hedron over too. It blocks us too much text. I'm gonna move you up a bit. There's not very many people in chat, and now we can actually read what you're saying. Yeah. Just a Unity game, I think, and Unity is not usually up to snuff on network code. Among Us is good though. I was just playing Among Us with the strikes before I switched to this. It's a good game. Okay, go back. Did we drop a pack again? I think a pack got opened without our knowledge again. Dang it, that sucks. Okay. Whenever core Celebrate another creature in the battlefield. Oh! Wow! They didn't reprint the, well, they don't need to because he's in the core. What's the screaming guy? This is an alternative to him. But she's better, because even though she costs an extra mana, she triggers on herself, which the other guy doesn't do. The aggregated oppressor or something. The Ordinator, whatever that dude's name is. The angry shouting man. When Namana Skydance enters the battlefield, target 2 cards. Wow, that's a rogue with flying. I love the Zendikar, Attack on Titan mechanic with the hooks. Certainly makes for some cool cards, too. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Wow, that's pretty versatile. Wow, here's a Boros. Other warriors get 1/1. So yeah, I'm thinking Boros is going to be the way to go if you want to run party. The full party. Because then you can throw in a lot of colorless with it. Here's a black-green. That's weird. No, I don't remember there being a lot of black-green in the, spoilers. Seagate Restoration. Draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand +1, and you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. That's great. That is powerful. That's a mythic. Oh, I pulled a mythic. Hope I get that in paper version. And it also has a bolt land on the back. Awesome. It's dying. Unable to open booster. I hope a game works. I think we can have fun deck building for like 20 minutes if a game doesn't work, but I'd love to be able to actually have a duel. It's time to duel. I can look at fun cards again. I have a horrible Chandra Planeswalker deck here. I think most of the cards in this are like core 19. Or no, they're... What's this face? Here, Keck knows the icons. Who is this man? Not gonna focus, is it? It looks like a cyborg or a ninja. Dominaria. I think that's it. Oh, I know what I can show off. Speaking of Dominaria. This was my swap meet find today. Oh. A Invasion Cycle, Book 1. The Phyrexian Nightmare begins. Dominaria faces its biggest threat, an invasion by its greatest enemy, an attack planned for eons by merciless foes. No one is exempt from their terror. No land is safe from their onslaught. In the shadow of the Phyrexian horde, Dominaria has but one hope, the Weatherlight and her crew. The time has come to defend hearth and home from invasion. We'll get on the back. Like 4 arms. Oh, this is like 2000, I think. I don't know if it's good. I was at a swap meet and I saw something magic on and I was like, hey, it's the thing! What we got here? This is a red-green Chandra deck. So it's got like Chiv on Fire, but also Glanaro Elves. This was a Planeswalker deck, but I tore it apart and fixed it up as best I could. Here's a Baloth Forger. I was curious because it has these white dots at the top. I think it's a printing error. Wow, this game is totally dead. Yeah, Planeswalker decks I think are really just meant to only fight each other, which is not too bad because I also have a customized Liliana deck here. So if a friend ever comes over, I have enough to play. I have 2 awful decks. How did I even get that? Oh yeah, no, this is M21. I was like, where did I get an M21 zombie token? But no, the Liliana's M21. I bought this at Target like a month ago. Oh, did you know Arena is free to play? And did you know that well, you saw my code, but I already redeemed it. Did you know that you can play anywhere, anytime? You can always play Arena. It's never down. Anytime. Oh, finally I can learn how to play. Just open this up here. And it's gonna be a pain to get back together. What have I got here? What have I got here? Something's cool. Oh yeah, here's the guy. This is the one. A picture of blood. Hey, June! Hiya, June! I know the webcam's mirrored. I used to have it normal, and it was very weird because I felt like whenever I was looking at the chat, I was looking off into space. So I mirrored it so that when I look at chat, I'm actually looking down at the screen or down at chat, down here. So it's just easier to move. It wasn't mirrored for my Sakon panel, so I looked the wrong way a bunch of times. But hello, June. Thanks for letting me play Among Us with you guys. That was awesome. I'll definitely play more. So, as I was saying, a picture of blood. Oh yeah, you guys see the cards mirrored. No wonder. Duh. That's why it's weird. So, a picture of blood. This guy is 5 mana, and it just says whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. So he's a direct downgrade now to that rogue that's in the new deck. He's M21? Old Brazilian president. No, he's M19. He's old. He just got power crept. I was about to say, did he get power crept in 1 set? No, it took a couple years. Swamps. Oh yeah, we got coffee, we got Cheetos, chicken. Our boy. It's our boy. I'm gonna try resetting the game. Defeated imp. That's me. Froggy boy. I think this is the most expensive card I have, because this is like a $5 or $6 card. So it just automatically goes in whatever decks I have laying around. Did it eat our last pack? It ate our pack! But at least it works now. Let's see in here if we can figure out what was in those 3 packs it skipped. Let's search only by Zendikar. Oh, that's historic. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at all this set. My first time doing anything for a new set. It's exciting. Choose target, attacking or blocking creature. Deals damage to that creature equal to twice the number of creatures in your party. Okay, party. That's a party. Creatures you control get... That seems like a very expensive 1/1. Lifelink as long as you control another cleric. Okay, and that's, the art, that's the dude from the short story. Elvish Harbinger. Huh. This is what's his name? Ortaz? Orta? Something like that. He's in the story. Oh, that's a big cuddly bear cat. When it's not your turn, it gets 2 toughness. I'm about to say defense. To put it in my Masalinks in a defense position. Whenever, yep. Look at that art. That's ridiculous art. They got Roger Rabbit it off. The spell costs 1 less for each creature in your party. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent until it leaves the battlefield. That's a pacify with extra steps. It's really expensive unless you have a party. Uncard. Yeah, it reminds me of an uncard. The wacky thing there. Zulaport. Okay. So are these gonna get listed twice, or are you gonna have to really search to remember what's on the front? When he enters the battlefield, the 1 target creature gets -2 until end of turn. Controller mills 2 cards. Definitely got a lot more blues, but most of these I remember seeing. Can't be blocked if you have another cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard enter the battlefield under your control this turn. Beginning of combat, after a full party, creatures you control gain whenever it deals damage to a player card. Again, that's like a draw 4, but it's only going to be activating if you have an entire party out. It's going to be hard to do. At least I assume until the D&D set, which is going to have better party mechanic cards. There's another Merfolk. Whenever you cast a kicked spell, draw a card and discard a card. Enter the battlefield with the top 5 cards in your library, or reveal a kicker ability from among them and put it into your hand. Kicker deck. When it enters kick, return up to one other. And this spell was kick, draw 3 cards. That's some good positive card game. Although it's expensive, that's gonna be 6 mana. Controller mills 2 cards. That creature doesn't untap during its next untap step, and draw. Jeez, that's a lot. For 3 mana, you get to tap a creature, it doesn't untap, they mill 2 cards, and you draw a card. Sure. It's useful for anything. Uh, 5 mana for a +1, but it can't be blocked. But it costs 1 less for each creature in your party. That makes sense. The only problem is I think when you're going to run a lot of blue rogues, you're basically running a rogue deck, not a party deck. So I don't know how many clerics, wizards, warriors you're going to have in that deck just to help the rogues use their abilities. The top 6 cards in your library. Put an instant or sorcery into your hand. Okay, that's simple. This is the crazy one we saw. Now we're heading into black here. Death Touch. See, like, this rogue is built for only rogues. It doesn't have a, if you have another member of a party. It specifically says, if you have another rogue. Saw most of these here. Fisher Wizard, look at that guy. I'm casting the fire! 4 classes in 3 colors. Pushing multicolor, yeah. It seems like they're really pushing Boros and black-blue. I don't know what that's called. The names are, we took you so long to learn all the names. The red has a lot of, like, wizards and warriors to help fill out the party. We didn't get any of the, cool people from the short story, like their character cards. Just the old guy happened to be on another card. Tajiri Lightblade. Oh, wow. Death Touch 1 mana on a green. That's cool. Use target creature you control with a 1/1 for each creature in your party. Huh. This is a party card, so rogue. Cool. Put a counter or a land. Okay. Simple. Look at the top 5 cards. You reveal a creature and put it in your hand. Alright. If you didn't put a card in your hand this way, draw it. Oh, so you can choose not to take any of the 5 and just draw the 6 and keep that. Black-blue is Demir. Demir? Creature you controlled. Oh, it's just Rabid Bite. Another reprint of Rabid Bite. Wasn't this just in the core set? We're doing that? We're doing it again. Canopy Ballot. That's all the landfall. We didn't get much of the landfall cards, but that's the mechanic I think is cooler. It's cooler than Party to me. I know it's old, but I think has more potential. Here's one of those black blues. The Demirs. As long as this opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, rogues get +1. Whenever one or more rogues you control attack, each opponent mills 2 cards. That's pretty good. And he's Flash. I got a Kiri! It was in one of the packs that got eaten up. This is the card I want. I love her. I read all the short stories with her in it. She's great. Whenever you attack a player with 1 or more equipped creatures, draw a card. You may unattach an equipment from a creature you control for 1 white mana, and if you do, it gains indestructible. So that is the Boros equipment deck. They're pushing Boros plus no non-color or colorless. New Akiri. Oh, was Akiri in the old sets? I don't know old lore. I only know the new lore. She gets frozen, pushed off a cliff, but we don't have the next story. We don't know if she lived or not. We actually did get an equipment here. Gets a free equip, and equipped creature gets +1 unless it's a warrior, then it gets a +2/+1. Oh, it's a commander Akiri. Sure, I'm screaming. Have me a Reese's. Yeah. Reese's. So now we can go into craft mode and see what I didn't pull. So let's just gloss. There's gonna be a lot of cards. I'm just gonna gloss through. I'm sure everyone's going through and talking about every card. I just want to pull out a few of the ones I like. Like this art. Beautiful art. You don't have Reese's in Brazil? Really? That's awful. I can't imagine that kind of life. They're more white indestructible, I'm seeing. Creatures in your party. That just gain 2 life, that's nice. Or land. Target creature gains protection from color of your choice. Nice. Oh my god, look at that card. That's a card. And all creatures get 1/1 whenever a land enters the battlefield. Just till end of turn. Still, wow. That's great. Here's another one of the equipments that are in here. This is white only equipment, but I guess if you're meant to run Boros for it anyway. The creature gets 2/2 flying and first strike, and the first equip is free. I like that. I like that card. I don't have a rare, do I? I have 2 rares. Looks like I'm building a Boros deck to mess with right now. Attended Healer. Things like Reese's, but not. Huh. That's a nice art. That's interesting. That looks different. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 white cat beast, or put a counter on a creature you control, and those creatures gain vigilance until end of turn. And it's enchantment. It sticks around. And that land falls every. Wow. Maybe forget Boros. Maybe mono white landfall is the way to go. Angel of Destiny. This is the one where it's if you have 15 more life than your starting life, then each player you attack this turn loses the game instantly. But the caveat is that whenever it attacks someone, that player gains that much life. So it can't deal damage. It's just heal. Selesnya landfall. What is Selesnya? Is that white green? Is there a white green? I haven't seen any. I don't know if I've ever seen a white green card. I know the pairings mean things, but that's way above my level still. Oh wow, destroy all non-land permanents. Get a board wipe in here. A board wipe that can also just be a land if you draw it too early. And later you can bounce it back to your hand late game and play it as a board wipe. Wow. Question. Because she has an ability that uses the 4 colors there, does that make her a 5 color commander? Or is she still mono white because those are color or generic? She's 5 color. She has a 5 color commander. That's rad. So that's who you're meant to run party with. But she has a party effect and she gets all 5 colors. Bubble Snare. This is the new pacify, or the new. Oh wait, this is a reprint. What am I thinking? I'm about to say it's the new Bubble Snare. But yeah, Bubble Snare is the new Bubble Snare. Bold express anywhere that isn't reminder text is part of the identity, even if it's weird hybrid man. That's neat. Oh, crabs. Each opponent mills 3 cards whenever a land enters the battle under your control. I feel like this has infinite combo potential. Maybe not in standard, maybe only in commander, historic, but I feel like there's some way to abuse that. Uh, when it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that opponent had another land enter the battlefield under the control this turn, they return a land they control to its owner's hand. That's a mouthful. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh description right there. Uh, there isn't commander some way to do infinite. That's awesome. Um, that's a mouthful of a description, but it's cool. It means your opponent can only play 1 land a turn. Really takes down their ramp and combo potential. Doesn't stop mana rocks though. Here's another mythic. Copy the next instant or sorcery spell cost 2 or less. If it was kicked, copy that spell twice. Wow. Whenever land enters the battle from your control, Skyclave Squid can attack this turn as though it didn't have Defender. Okay. Counter spells here. Good old negate. That's nice negate art. I like that. There's oh yeah, there's a Jace in this set. Jace Mirror Mage. Whenever Jace Mirror Mage enters the field, if Jace was kicked, create a token that's a copy, except it's not legendary, and its starting loyalty is 1. +1 to scry 2, and 0 to draw a card and reveal it, and remove loyalty counters equal to that card's converted mana. I think the way this works is that it chains. So if you had 7 mana, you'd have 3 Jaces on the field. And if you had 9 mana, you could get 4 Jaces out in the field in 1 turn. And you can sacrifice all of them to draw cards, which is pretty cool. Just kicker. It was what is multi kicker? Oh, let me look this up. Jason here. Uh, doesn't look like they have a official ruling yet. Well, let's see how that plays out. Okay. Just 2 Jaces. Multi-kicker would let you pay it like 5 times. Right. But it's the copy that you can kick, right? You can't kick the copy? Cascades. There's the big boy. This is the card everyone's building commander decks for. Spells that target it cost 2 more to cast. For 3 mana, Cherix gets plus X minus X, where X is the number of islands you control. The copy is a token that is a permanent, not the spell itself. Okay. Master, look at that Sphinx card. The Swarm. This is the destroy target creature and enchantment for black. Crazy. Crab commander. Crab deck only. Ugh. That's some art. Oh, I like that card. Plus 3/0 as long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. He is Spider, don't like that one. Oh, this guy. Whenever you cast the spell, if it was kicked, each player loses half their life. His power and toughness are equal to 20 minus the highest life total. Definitely good for Brawl. Some potential for Commander. Inscription of Ruin. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Return target creature card from graveyard to battlefield. Destroy target creature group. Ooh, whoa. Another legendary. Whenever Dramina, the last Blood Chief, attacks, defending player chooses a non-legendary creature. You return that card to the battlefield with a counter, and it's a vampire. Okay, nice vampire. Vampires aren't totally forgotten in this set. Spell costs 1 less to cast if opponent controls no basic lands. Destroy target creature. Aren't you gonna use that? I don't see any use for this. You're always gonna. They're always. It's if an opponent. So commander, there's potential to use it if you're the second or third player to go. Yeah, I'm not liking that. Okay. Exile all creatures and planeswalkers. Mana cost 3 or less from the battlefield and graveyards. Oh, look at that art. Look at that. That's a mythic land. Turn from your graveyard any number of target creatures. They each have a different converted mana cost, X or less. Hey, that's better text. It used to be like the if you mana cost 3 and then descending order 2/1 type of thing. But that's a much better way to write it. It is murder in any commander game, but then you just have murder. Exactly. It's a murder that flips over to a land, but it's only a murder in very specific circumstances. That's one of those cards that I don't think we'll see play until future sets that give modals specific combos. Like if we start getting search your deck for a modal, something like that, it'll make sense. But right now on its own, it's not worth running. +2 every time a land enters the battlefield under control. As long as it is equipped, it has haste. That's some cool. This art was used for the story. 1 damage to each creature. If it was kicked, it deals 2 damage instead. Basic. Reward Guide Beast. Whenever it deals damage, return a land you control to its owner's hand. So there's the bounce right there for modals. There's that horrifying art. Argon Intimidator. Look at that guy. That's definitely a photo traced over, right? That looks like rose gold. Who is he? He's out there somewhere. I like that art. Also, probably a paint over of a photo, but it's very cool. Here's red equipment for that Boros deck. Good creature gets +2, and it's another free equip card. Add a mana for each creature in your party. That's pretty good. That's some weird red party ramp. This thing summons an artifact. Creates whenever it deals combat damage, it creates a 0/1 colorless goblin construct artifact that this creature can't block, and at the beginning of your turn, this creature deals 1 damage to you. Why? This is just like Red tries to win in 3 turns deck. Get 1,000 goblins out as fast as possible. If you don't, they just end up killing you. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. When it dies, you may pay any amount of mana, and when you do, it deals that much damage to any target. Interesting. Here's Mustafar, where Obi-Wan and Anakin fight. Put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library, then draw that many cards +1. That's a pretty cheap +1 card draw for red. Well, it'd be the same because you're playing this card, but still. That's cool. This just gives all creatures haste, and it itself has Defender and Reach. That's a nice wall. I'm gonna go a little quicker here because I'm losing my speech. We haven't even played around yet. Green. This thing is cool. There's the Lotus Cobra, that's a cool one. Whenever a land enters, add 1 mana of any color. That's some pretty wild ramp. This gang, which is amazing, is either a land or a mana dork, and it's just so cute. Just so cute. Out of all the rares and mythics and stuff, this is the card I want to pull in my physical packs. Lotus Broken Cobra. Ooze. Whenever Ooze attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each attacking creature with a 1/1 counter on it. Okay. One of these. There's a Reach. Pretty standard green over here. As a targeted destroy, artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. All creatures able to block or target creature this turn do so. Not there. Gain 3 life. Okay, another giant. There he is, Ashaya, Soul of the Wind. His power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. and non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. Everything's a mana dork. Everything gives them +1. Ridiculous. Cool Hydra art. There's Aura. He gets his own card. He is a legendary. He gets to be a commander. Lifelink. Whenever he or another cleric you control dies, return target cleric with lesser match from your graveyard to the battlefield. With as great rogues as Black has in this set, would you really run a white-black all-clerics deck? It seems like a very weird archetype. Hey, Canis, how's ya? We're deep in magic mode. I guess there's a vampire cleric in the set, which is a bit of an oxymoron. Whenever another cleric enters the battlefield, you gain a life. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, put one. That's a worse Ajani. I don't want this. It makes sense for standard that they nerfed all of the life gain deck, all the white-black life gain deck. It's just, when you look at these cards for other formats, they're just weird that they even exist. You're jelly. I have more digital cardboard than you do. I barely understand this game. I've been playing a couple months. Zareth San the Trickster. This is the deck I want to build. This is the blue-black merfolk. Or not merfolk. The blue-black rogue deck. He's the commander. Well, he doesn't have to be. He can also just be a standard deck. Because he's supposed to swap out from your hand, so I guess he wouldn't be the commander? I don't know who would be, though. Is he the only blue-black in the set? That's legendary? That's weird. Here's Kaza. She's like another cool character in the short stories. She's based around an all-wizards blue-red deck. Another just weird one. Which there's a couple cards of here and not much else. Zagras. This guy's cool, right? Costs 1 less for each creature in your party. Flying, Death Touch, and Haste, and he's a 4/4. Other creatures you control have Death Touch, and whenever a creature you control deals combat to a Planeswalker, destroy that Planeswalker. Pretty good. I don't know if I'd run him as Commander because of the party stipulation, but he's still cool. And here's the Nissa. She gets a loyalty counter every time a land enters the field. And she can turn lands into 3/3 elemental creatures with haste and menace until the end of turn. And for -5, you can put a creature card less than or equal to the number of lands you control onto the battlefield from your hand or graveyard with 2/1/1 counters. Okay, yeah, that's neat. So she's just throwing haste monsters at you and getting crazy health every time you play a land. And then when you're ready to put out your big monster, she can just bring it right to the field from anywhere you want. Yeah, Nissa's black now. That, I think it's going to be the next story. There's a card somewhere in here that's Nahiri and Jace fighting Nissa, which is weird because so far the story seemed to have been Nahiri as the villain fighting Jace. But there's probably another chapter or two, so I guess Nissa's gonna be the final villain of this, which is weird. Here's Nahiri. Her art makes her look very heroic, and then in the animated short, she's all grimy and beat up and she's murdering people. But she gets to be all nice and clean in her art, and she has white mana. Here's a Kiri. I love a Kiri. Still 3 paths. Yeah, there's 3 chapters of the main story out now, and then there's 2 smaller prequel stories that follow Kiri. The reading port, the 3rd chapter that was just released of the story is literally just a written version of the trailer, which is still cool. It's also interesting that because of that preview video live stream, we saw that part before anything else. Blue-green. There's some blue-green. That's another weird one. Here's white-green. There's 2 in this set. Search your library for a forest or plains, put them in your hand, and shuffle. I don't even get to play it. Players can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to cast spells or activate. That just shuts down black. That's just total black shutdown there. That's how you, that's what you do if a red deck tries to play the you can't heal anymore. You play that and be like, neither of us are doing anything. You put a basic land from your hand onto the battlefield. Return target basic land you control to its owner's hand. Wow. Okay. So even not thinking of combos, this will ensure you don't miss your land drop for your landfalls. Or if you are ahead of the curve anyway with mana in your hand, then you get double. And then, now that I know from Bolas how easy it is to infinite mana green, this could be a game ender with the right landfall card. White-green's a weird deck to build around, but it could work. And here's Omnath. This guy is just crazy. He's a 4-color commander. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, if it's the first land, you gain 4 life. If it's if it's the first land, you gain 4 life. If it's the second land, you add 1 mana of each of the 4 colors. And if it's the 3rd time a land is entered, he deals 4 damage to each opponent and planeswalker you don't control. He's eating all the mana. Yeah, he hasn't gotten black yet. 4-color commanders. Yeah, I mean, we were talking earlier before you were here. There's a 5-color commander in the set. I don't know how good she is, and she's primarily built for white, but she happens to have the others. So there's gonna be some interesting decks here. Here's a new colorless land. Add 1 mana of any color to spend only on Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, or Wizard. Or to activate an ability of them. Okay? This is the kind of stuff I'm expecting in the D&D set. Cards that are like, if you're playing a specifically party, then here's some good effects. Put a charge counter for 1, and tap to remove a charge counter to add 2 mana of any 1 color. Only to cast kicked spells. That's weird. That's a kick deck. Mana rock, but with extra stipulations. Creature has... Here's all the equipment. Creature has flying. Gets 1/1. This is good because it's 1 mana and it gets a free equip. Stonepack Beast is cool because he can fill in as any member of the party. So if you're running a mono deck that's missing a lot of the party members, you can run him and he'll count as anything. And he's a mana rock. Draw a card to sacrifice, or sacrifice to draw a card. Relic. Where's the big one? There it is, Lithiform Engine. This is the card. For 2 mana, you can copy a targeted, activated, or triggered ability with new targets for the copy. For 3, you can copy a target instant or sorcery spell and choose new targets for the copy. And for 4, you can copy targeted permanent spell you control. The copy becomes copy anything. Crafting that. I think I'm gonna craft this right now. I want it more than Omnath, and Forsaken Monument's cool too if you're just running colorless. All colorless get 2/2. Whenever you tap for colorless, you get an additional colorless. Whenever you cast colorless, you get 2 life. There's some cool Hedron dudes. I'm gonna craft this baby real quick. Oh, the server. Banned in Commander Engine 2. Is Lithoform Engine already banned? Or are they not gonna preemptively ban it? They're gonna wait and see how he goes. I'm able to redeem. We might not get to play a match today. This might have just been a look at the cards. Oh, look at me! I'll play a bunch offline and have some decks built. Next week I'll play again when my physical packs arrive. And by then I'll have built a few of the new decks and show off some gameplay. Wait, what? It spent both. I don't want to. Server maintenance sucks. Is that gonna make a brawl deck? I don't even want to. Okay. Commanders are left. Probably build a Kiri real quick just to test things out. Yeah, rip 1 mythic wild card. And put some of the staples in. Then she's based off equipment, so I'll put any equipment I have. I don't have a lot of cards, so I'm not going to make much of a great deck. I like Simulacrum, and I like the banner for ramp. Put Lithoform Engine. This could potentially be an Ugin deck. Because of, well, I'm really thinking about that, making a colorless only deck now. We got, what is this? This thing's expensive. Costs 1 less for each attacking creature. It's double strike and trample. Sure, why not? Sure. I'll put Knights or Warriors in here. This is gonna be an awful deck. I just want some of the new cards to play with. They didn't reprint the Hedron Archive / Library. The Brawl won't have colors commanders. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess, is Ugin the only choice right now? Wait. Ah. What kind of dual land does this deck want? Probably a Scry. Put this dude in there. You can run this guy. Buzz. Okay, run all the dogs. What is it? Igneous Cur and Alpine Watchdog? They should really prompt you, like, hey, you want to add the other 2 to your deck as well? Put all those guys in there. We'll put some staples. Axos underneath it? No, I don't know if I Gain Life. Gain Life doesn't do anything for me. I guess I should just put a bunch of low-level warriors in. There's this guy, who I still think is too expensive for what it does. Bird Warrior. That guy that you... matters with other warriors. This guy, yeah, Goblin Game Leader could work. I could throw goblins in here. Creature in your party. I don't think I'm running any other party members with this. Bird Ogre, me. Oh, this one. And so Goblin there. Some flying. Have it. I don't think anything synergizes. I guess the Bird Warrior. I could run Broodmoth just because I love Broodmoth. Okay, this deck is awful. So I'm just gonna chuck in some junk. Targeted destruction. Broodmoth is adorable. Oh yes. Yes, yes, yes. Especially in the game because she flies by. All these night things are enchantments. I wish they were gear. Fate's feathers. The life gain doesn't matter. Leonin? Maybe because I'm running a few cards that grant haste. Guess I just throwing some red spells. Good measure. Throwing a shock. Crash through. I should run this just because it's a new card. I want to see it in action. Maybe it has a special cinematic effect. It's so interesting. These were cards from your hand on. Right? Yeah, it's a red draw. Definitely gonna have to grind out some more of the new cards and put together a landfall deck, because that seems like a really cool mechanic. Gonna have that 4-color landfall deck. That could be interesting. I used to run this combo, Inescapable Blades plus Fiery Emancipation. It deals 18 damage. The combo, it's great. Throwing a Lifeland. Some Fabled Passage, because why not? Arcane Sphere. Throwing a couple biggies. That one might work. Yeah. Alright. I call this Zendikar. Oof. Zendikar oof. 10-second deck. By which I mean, what was that, 20 minutes? Awful. Crafting is just dead. Yeah, everything may be dead right now. This may not even matter. But they're doing all this drafting, but I don't have enough coinage for that. What is this? Okay. Weird. Can't play with my normal Brawl deck. We get the new background. I saw a beta version of it. It looked awful. So I really hope the final version looks good. Jeez. No? Yes, Mulligan. Better. It still looks kind of scummy. They added more textures. I don't think the snow was there. It was just blank. But it's still kind of a scummy background. I'm not sure this sets a scale. Is this really tiny? Or are these lake? Are these like full-size rivers? I think they're full-size rivers. But if you told me that we were on our hands and knees just playing cards, I believe you. This is going well. Oof. Griffin Aries still around, huh? Oh, the Perform Engine. Okay, now we have some potential. Should I Banishing Light Griffin or the Queen? I guess I should banish like the Queen. Can't really do that yet. Get a Curie out there. Oh great, she's gonna keep asking to remove an equipment even though no one has equipment. That's annoying. But at least she gets the +1 from Kargan, so they can't attack with the Queen, or they lose their key piece. Does her effect whenever white creature? Okay, no. She still only has 2, so she won't get a Griffin this turn. Oh, jeez. Oh, but it's not gonna... Is it not gonna proc? I think it is. Oh, that sucks! Alright, I got a Vanishing Light. Oh, but she gets a... I didn't realize that was the commander! Oh. And they're all flying, so I might as well just attack. It's very embarrassing for my first streams. I've had matches where I end with my life gain stuff at like over 100 life. Amazing. Pegasus creatures. Lifelink. Oh, great. Whenever your champion development, you will create a 2/2 Pegasus flying creature. That's awful. But it doesn't matter, because I'm going to lose next turn, no matter what happens. That leaves 2. I can copy triggered ability? No, it's not going to work. Okay, wait. No. No, I'm dead. The best I can do is this. I can call red. And then... this. His next turn I would have gotten Haste Leonin and done that. But that's all I can do. The G'est of G's. I'm gonna concede so that we can fit in one more before we go. I don't think I can get a win with this jank deck. Although, other people are also gonna have jank decks, because no one is gonna complete a Zendikar set that fast, so... Maybe. Maybe I have a chance. Or it just dies again. Oh yeah, it's just gonna die again. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream at an hour and a half. I have to go do laundry and such. I'll go right now and upload the art stream from 2 days ago. If you weren't here for that, I made this border that you see around here. So I'm gonna go upload that to YouTube and archive it. I'll definitely be back with more Magic next week when I get my physical cards. I have some surprises and such. And I'll be playing this off stream so that I'll have cool decks to show off by then. I'm also going to do that PC Gamer magazine one as soon as I figure out a good filming setup. And some oddball stuff here and there. On Switch, I'm going to be playing probably Hades and Mario, but I can't stream that, and I have no capture card. Whew. Well, thank you all for watching. Maybe I'll stream Among Us. I don't know with who. More game dev stuff too. Okay, that is boring. Have a good one.